My name is Shelly Dressel. I channel the Universal Light Beings, and this is a ULB mini, I believe, with Brissentia. I don't know if you guys follow the Schumann resonance, but one of the people that I follow is Consciously Erin. She's excellent. She puts out something every morning that's 5 minutes or less, and then recently she's been putting out something in the afternoon, and she confirms what I was feeling, and I feel as if most of what she says resonates with me and is in alignment with what I'm experiencing also. As you know, I wrote in the email yesterday that I had vertigo on Friday, and then this whole weekend was very kind of disorienting. And then last night we did the Goddess Light teleconference. Well, in that teleconference, I literally saw light codes in the energy that were coming in. And I thought, wow, this is amazing. And then I get up today and I listen to Erin, and she says there was a timeline jump. So not only was everything leading up to that with the clearing out and things that I felt over the weekend, she could see the opening of the portal for 7/7, the closing of the portal, and then boom, here's a timeline jump. So that caused me to say, hey, I wonder what Brissentia would have to say about this. Because as you know, I believe 100% that we are already in the fifth dimension, and that all of this negativity, and there is a massive amount of it. It seems like there's even more the last few weeks than there was beforehand. And is this coming up because it needs to be cleared? I'm just curious. I have just a lot of questions. So I wanted to do a little ULB mini, and let's see what they have to say. Greetings. It is I, Brissentia, and I am here to speak first and foremost about the shift in energy that's taking place. You will recall that in the solstice, which took place, what was it? June 21st, the winter and the summer solstice. At that time, you were shown all of the many codes and light codes and energy, the solar flares that were coming in. You were shown all of the different energy that is coming from the universe, some sent out from the central sun, some sent out from other planets, some sent out from stars and things that are in your galaxy. And just all of this is coming into the earth plane as a part of the transition into the higher lighter frequency, and so as to assist humanity as you move through this process. So, and again, for all of you listening to this, I'm sure this is nothing new to you. So that was what, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, not 4 yet, that you saw those light codes coming in. And then, as Shelly was mentioning beforehand, she felt significantly on the 4th that there was something going on, that there was like a disconnect in her physical body. And many of you may be feeling this also. It may come to you as ringing in your ears. It may come to you as dizziness. It may come to you as feeling as if you're walking around in a fog, or it may even represent itself as if, wait a second, I wasn't having that experience, or wait a second, this experience is over with. Why am I doing it again or reliving it again? So what is happening there is, anytime that there's a portal, you're going to have a time of release ahead of it. And so that's what was taking place on the metaphysical or the spiritual level. And then, as she mentioned, Consciously Erin is a fabulous resource. There are many others that also talk about the Schumann resonance and can also give you another perspective. So, follow that which you resonate with. But she could show you on this graph how, okay, this big, huge white line is an opening. This big, huge white line is a closing. And in between was a great deal of the release energy. And then what she showed as a black line that came through, it significantly showed a difference in the vibration and frequency. And that was the jump in timeline. So what was the intention of having all this energy come in? The intention was that the earth is ready to step forward and move into the newer, higher frequencies. So what does that mean for all of those that are still awakening or have not yet fully awakened? The time has come for them to make a choice. Now then, let's talk for a moment about what's going on we're just going to talk about the United States because that's where Shelly's living and that's where there seems to be a lot going on. For so long, there has been lying, cheating, manipulating from the highest level of government throughout many, many different levels and businesses. And that has systematically been cleared out. Whenever we talk about what is going to happen moving forward, these types of activities, the lying, the cheating, the manipulating, the abuse of other individuals, especially little people and especially anybody, any abuse of another person is not acceptable or not compatible in the higher light frequency. So yet here they have people saying, oh no, that didn't happen. Oh no, that list is not there. Oh no. And all of these things that I think every one of you know 100% sure that it was there and that it has been acknowledged. And the recent trial that went in a negative way, all of these different things are showing you the expanse of corruption because now it is in your face. It's not just they're talking about it in the background. They're saying, oh yeah, we said this time and now we're changing our mind and we expect you to just go along with it. Now these people, Patel, Bongino, Trump, all of these different people, they know exactly what they're doing. They're putting this out there knowing that the population is not going to accept it. They're not just going to roll over and say, hey, I guess I was wrong. Gee whiz. No, that's not going to happen. Everyone is too smart. They have too much information and they're not going to sit back and let that be. Now, if you look back 20, 30 years ago, that's exactly how humanity would have treated it, or the citizens of the United States would have treated it, but not anymore. So this timeline jump that you see is a massive division between all of you that have already gone through the ascension process moving forward and everybody else having to make a choice. They need to decide. They need to make a choice about what is the truth, what is not the truth. What am I going to just fall in line, or am I going to make my decision or make my stand and move forward with what is not only best for me spiritually, but in alignment with what is best for the whole planet. When I take a step back and I look at the planet, I can see that this is a very divisive moment in time. I can also see that if you look at the next 1 to 2 months, there is going to be a great deal of awakening. You need to always, always, always focus on what it is you do want, which is understanding that at this split in the time, I am choosing the highlight frequency. Yes, this stuff is horrible. And yes, it's easy to go down those rabbit holes. And yes, you want to send compassion and love to all of those involved that feel as if once again, they have been slighted. So feel free, send love, do whatever you want. But remember to stay in the high light frequency and shine that light as bright as you can on all of these individuals, because that information is going to come out. It is going to be pushed, and it is going to be brought about by the citizens saying, I'm not going to sit down and take that anymore. And that is a choice that is also mirrored with this timeline as it takes place in your reality. So anytime that there is a jump in timeline, you are going to feel some disorientation. You are going to feel as if, am I over here or am I over here? What is my truth? What is my reality? So you are choosing a reality that is filled with love. You are choosing a reality that no longer supports violence, control, and manipulation. So there is a great, great, great deal. There has been a massive amount of money sent into corrupting people and sent into sending out information, some of it via AI, some of it via the regular channels, to try to make you think that this is the way the majority of society is, but it is not. I see and I know that there are so many people that are really awakening, that are really moving forward, that are really stepping up. So keep that in your mind, look for that in your reality, and know that you guys You guys have done this for a very long time, and you are going to continue to do it. And once your vibration rises, it is not going back down. There may be a little bit of wiggle room, you could say, and that's what you're seeing right now. But with this jump that just took place, with this shift that just took place, it is essential for everybody to remain calm, remain balanced, shine the light, and be in that space of love. Thank you for taking this moment and sharing this time with me on Saluia. Okay, there you have it. That was spoken by Brasentia, and it resonates with me. It makes a lot of sense. So please stay calm. Please stay open. I just don't feel that this horribleness is going to be swept under the carpet. It just cannot be. So keep the faith. We are ever present on Saluia. Bye-bye.